Greetings gamers, and welcome to what I hope will be the final World of Warcraft leveling guide in Kul Tiras. In the next video I'm hoping to go to Shadowlands. And in this video, the tip of the day, which happened so fast I could barely read it, said always verify that you are dealing with an official Blizzard website before submitting any account details, which is fairly sound advice because there are a lot of phishing websites out there that might ask for your account details. So check your HTTPS thing where you see the padlock. It'll actually say whether it's a secure website and what the website's name is, and make sure that it is an actual Blizzard website. Okay, so let's quickly sort out our inventory, and then hopefully we'll have what is our last jaunt over to Kul Tiras. I should warn you, this will be a very highly edited video because I'm going to do those maps and they are really hard to find, and I don't want to waste your time with me going off in completely the wrong direction and spending half an hour or so realising that I've gone in the wrong direction. So I will edit out huge chunks. So where you see a big edit, know that I'm saving you an awful lot of wasted time.
I can't trade that.
Okay, so I think I will get rid of those Tortolan scrolls, turn those quests in, as well as deal with the various treasure maps, and maybe do some of the profession quests, but not all of them. And I think that'll just about cover it for putting me in a position where I'm ready to go to Shadowlands. I really don't want to waste too much time now in Kul Tiras, but I do want to have some sense of completion.
Be good.
And I would like to get rid of those treasure maps. And to be honest, the only reason I'm doing the treasure maps is because I actually promised I would in an earlier video. If it wasn't for that promise, I would have just deleted them. They're only really good for an achievement anyway, you don't get much money for them. But they are 4 items towards a larger achievement.
The Horde army is pushing hard into Terragard's Sound. Make them regret every foot they set upon our soil.
Yeah, we definitely will not be repelling the Horde invasion today. We're going treasure hunting. Okay, so the treasure maps count towards an achievement called Treasures of Tiragard Sound, and it'll only be 4 items on this larger list of achievements. So look, we've already got one of the achievements already, but we're not going to do all of those achievements, we're just going to do the 4 treasure maps. For those who seek my crew's wealth, let us play a game. Part of my gold lies with my late lady. She rests where she was slain, a true Kul Tiran burial, forever in the shadow of the anchor. Me hearties. Okay, so that sounds to me just like a shipwreck. So we would probably be looking for a shipwreck, but then there's loads of shipwrecks, so it would actually be quite difficult to find. So I want to give a shout out to a website called Wowhead, which contains an awful lot of invaluable information. And if it wasn't for Wowhead, I wouldn't have the foggiest idea where to go to look for these clues. So for this one, that is to say the soggy treasure map, I'm going to head over to Vigil Hill, which is the nearest flight path. Okay, so in this video I'm actually going to edit out the flying because it's boring. I will keep it in my normal leveling videos, but this one is a special one where we're just tidying up. So I'll edit out most of the flight path. Well, it can't be helped. It wouldn't be me if it wasn't for being distracted by every herb or mineral or what fishing school or whatever. Ooh, what have I got? Looks like I've got a quest for my herbalism to increase my siren sting further. I'm probably not going to do that quest, to be honest, so I'm not going to bother reading it. I think what I'm looking for is probably star moss, and I think it's just up here. Okay, so according to Wowhead, I should be just about there in the middle of the ocean. Alright, so it wasn't that shipwreck, so we just have to keep going further out into deeper waters. And now the treasure chest is on the minimap, so we actually know where we're going. If you get close enough, it does show up on the minimap as buried treasure. Okay, and that's the soggy treasure map done. Right, so the yellowed treasure map says, part of my gold lies in waterlogged bones. Just a stroll from a lively town. Take care to ignore the local minstrels. Okay, so if that doesn't scream freehold, nothing does. But I did actually check on Wowhead to find out roughly where in freehold it was. So I'm just going to cut to where I hearthstone, because my hearthstone's still got a minute left on cooldown, and you really don't want to watch me just sit there treading water for a minute. So there's a quick reminder of where I was, if you were looking for the soggy treasure map. And now I'll hearthstone back to Borealis, and we'll get a flight path to Freehold. Actually, while I'm here, I probably should turn in that quest, shouldn't I?
What can I do for you?
Disgustingly damp flower. Curious, there's no pollen at all. Can't say that I've heard of a plant doing that before. What I think we have here is a more effective way of harvesting pollen than that of the bees. Pollen punching. What I think happened is that some creature lapped up the pollen with its tongue. While I'm curious as to what creature could have done this, I doubt it matters. I believe we can safely reproduce this without needing any sort of rare or dangerous reagents. Next time you find a siren sting, simply try wetting your glove so the pollen will stick to it. Water, wine, spit, it shouldn't matter. And he wants me to collect 12 heaping handfuls of damp pollen from siren sting. I'm not sure I want to do that, but I'll hold on to the quest anyway, just in case.
Safe passage to you.
Good day to you. Look always to the sea.
Okay, so again I'm going to cut out the boring bits, but basically I want to be on the east side of this island where Freepost is. I think it's roughly halfway between Freepost and the Outriggers flight path, or not Outriggers, the Castaways flight path. Alright, so I'm sort of in the right area now. That was a very long run where I ran into loads of mobs, had to do loads of fighting, stopped to get loads of herbs, blah blah blah. You know the routine by now. So I just wanted to cut out all that boring stuff and get closer to where it is. So it's where all those sailors are being charmed by the harpies. Not harpies, sirens. It's around that area. And also this is the same area where we want to get that sailor's cutlass for the mining profession quest. So I'll probably do that while I'm here. But of course there's loads of sharks to kill. Alright, so I'm going to save you the boring bit where all I do is search the wreckage. It took me about 10 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes of basically killing sharks and searching through the wreckage. But I finally found that cutlass that I've been searching for. That was a lot. I don't want to downplay how much effort that took to find that cutlass, but at the same time I really didn't want to make you sit through it all because it was a lot. Okay, so now we've got that cutlass done, we now need to go find where this, I think it was the yellowed treasure map, and it's around here somewhere, I think. Okay, so this is roughly the area where you killed that major harpy for the Wind's Redemption captain. That was the quest for that harpy that we did. And there's a harpy not far from her who seems to be actually guarding that treasure. So to give you an idea of roughly where we are, we're in the area where we did the Outcasts quests, where we were rescuing the sailors from the harpies, and we had that big quest harpy to deal with. And I'm stealthing past her because I remember that was a really tough one. And the treasure's here, just on the shipwreck. And that's the yellowed treasure chest. Or the yellowed treasure map done. Okay, so that's roughly where it is. And I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to do another edit and chop out the boring bit. I'm just going to hearthstone and fly. So all I've done is cut out the hearthstone bit for brevity. While I'm here, I believe there was a mining quest that I could hand in. So I might as well just quickly hand in that mining quest before I fly to my next destination. Okay, that's why I couldn't find it. It was the herbalism quest trainer. That cutlass that I spent ages looking for was the herbalism trainer. Have you found any of his personal effects? Gathering mementos. I can't thank you enough for this. Death seems to always haunt this land, but its sting is somewhat lessened if we can still hold on to the memories of those departed. I'll need to get some fresh star moss for the funeral, but I'd prefer to do that myself. Sadly, there isn't much left I can teach you about Sea Stalk. Let's see. Something to help. Ah, yes. To help, you get the most from each plant. Instead of cutting it off, carefully pull it out of the sand and tear off the roots.
Keep the wind in your sails.
And I get my maxed out herbalism for sea stalks when I no longer really need it because I'm leaving Kul Tiras. Never mind. Right then, we'll be off to look for another treasure map.
Admiral's favour, friend.
And this time we're off to the Norwington estate.
Safe passage,
Again, cutting out all the boring bits, trying to make a very long video into something that's actually watchable. Right, so we want to head down towards the coast, obviously. Where the buried treasure will be of my arties. By now, I am absolutely sick to death of those sirens. Okay, but we have to go through this area, according to the map. Okay, so the fading treasure map says, part of my gold lies alone, free from the stone cage, with a clear view of the horizon, gazing at the highest peak. Oops, that was actually the singed treasure map. So the singed treasure map is the one that's actually closer to Norwington Estate. And that's just basically south of Norwington Estate. So let's read the singed treasure map's clue. If I can find it. So the clue was, part of my gold lies on rocky shores, where the rocks frame a blue blood's land nestled in an abandoned den of rats. So presumably the blue bloods would Lord Norwington and the Norwington Estate. The den of rats then would be what? Because I don't see any rats around here. Guessing the rats are the... Well, what? The sailors and the harpies? I mean the sirens? That really makes no sense, that clue. But anyway, so it's the singed treasure map that's just south of Norwington Estate. So then the only one that's left is the faded treasure map. Now I think instead of waiting for my Hearthstone to cool down, I'll just swim on over to Drustvar and pick up the nearest flight path.
Mainlander, eh?
Alright, so the last of the treasure maps, I think the nearest flight path is going to be Outrigger Post.
May blight fall upon the
And again, I'm not going to make you watch this whole thing. Okay, so again, our clue is part of my gold lies alone, free from the stone cage, and next to the highest peak with a good view of the horizon. Well, there's a high peak, and there's the horizon, so... And that is all 4 treasure maps. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go to get treasures of the Tiragard Sound, but we're not actually doing that. All we're trying to do here is tidy up our quests and tidy up our inventory, ready to go into the next expansion. Remember, this is the previous expansion, so we don't have a whole lot to call here. Now, do I do Trouble at Greystone Keep? Yes, I probably should do that one, get that out of the quest log. So I'm just going to Hearthstone back to Borealis, and I'm not going to burden you with watching me use my Hearthstone and reread my quest.
Ahoy!
Alright, well now I'm here, I remember I wanted to turn in my Tortolan Scrolls, and I think that should take precedent over doing that Greystone Manor quest. So the nearest flight path I think is Brennerdam.
Militia hasn't been on patrol in days!
Too busy taking our harvest for the soldiers. We demand answers, Pike.
Help! Save us!
Okay, and this is going to be a stupidly long, relatively uneventful journey, so I'm actually going to cut this out to save you some time. Okay, so basically just cut out a 12-minute journey where nothing particular happened. So just follow your map, get yourself over if you're following this video. So I've picked up the flight path to here. We won't really be coming back, so there's not much point doing it, but I really wanted to turn this quest in.
Need of your services.
What's that you have there? The Great Sea Scrolls. Oh my, is that a complete set of the Ruinous Pilgrimage? With a first-generation scroll case to boot? Why, I haven't seen one of those in decades. Here, I have a nice hat I acquired in a trade from a tall fellow some years ago. Said he was from up north. Did I ever tell you the stories that my father's father told me about the days of the pilgrimage? It all started with that scoundrel from... Hey, where are you going? And that's a really nice hat.
I need someone young, with a working back and a willingness to do battle with the forces of evil. For profit, of course.
Okay, so there's nothing else to do here, so I might as well Hearthstone back to Borealis. I'll save you the bother of watching me gather a few herbs and resources and stuff. Okay, so I think it's time we handed in that Greystone Keep
What can I
quest.
do for you? Look always to the sea.
In this case I'll actually show you the entire journey because it's relatively short and it really won't take long to get there. Charged lodestone inflicts nature damage to the attacker on melee damage received. 10 minutes. That's
Underway.
nice. A courier? I think we lost him in the coup.
Keep a
And I won't bother taking the follow-up quest because I'm trying to clear my quest log and my inventory. If you want to see all the story quests for all the zones, let me know and I'll make another character and I will do all of the zones, each character, zone for each character. Okay, since I'm here I might as well do the Ashvane Company mining quest. Given how high my experience bar is from me getting lost and having to kill a lot of mobs, I think this will actually push me over the edge into level 49. So I'll be going into Shadowlands at 49, not 48. I can also make good use of that charged lodestone while I'm here. And that is indeed ding level 49. Okay. So let's find these barrels.
Ashvane will prevail.
Last mistake you'll ever make.
penalty for trespassing is death!
I need a target.
You don't belong
Out of
here!
range.
The penalty for trespassing is death! Rats! Last mistake you'll ever make. Aim will prevail.
Rats!
Should never have come here.
I need to target something first.
Rats!
You should have never come here.
I don't have a target.
And that's the quest done, so don't think there's anything else to do but to Hearthstone back to Borealis. And then I'll turn that quest in. And we'll see if there's anything else to do. I think I've pretty much done everything I'd planned to do, touch wood.
So, fancy some bits and bobs? Appreciate your patronage.
Wind's howling today.
Have you gone to the foundry yet? I need for coal. Thanks. You can never be too careful when it comes to breathing thick clouds of smoke from burning coal and molten metal. Now I owe you a lesson about monlight. Let's see what to teach. When you're mining monlight, instead of chipping away at the rock, try using the pick to pierce the metal and pull all of it away from the rock like it was taffy. Okay, so I'm going to abandon that dungeon quest because there's no way I'm wasting time doing that. If you want me to do those dungeon quests, just let me know. I can always pick them up again. Just leave a note in the comments. But this is an old expansion and I really do want to minimise the amount of time I spend here. And I've already spent an hour here and that's with editing out all the long boring journeys and stuff.
Who bodge goods here, mate?
What else can I can get rid of those treasure maps because we've done those. That's 4 items out of the inventory. And yes, that hat. The locket, yes, that trinket that I'll replace that with that good trinket.
Travel safely.
Okay. So I think it's off to Stormwind, not Ironforge, to sort the inventory out. I've still got a few profession quests which I'm almost certainly not going to be able to do. So it's goodbye forever to Kul Tiras. Oh, this is painful because I've spent so much time now in Kul Tiras. It's kind of feels like, you know, your last day at work or your last day at school or saying goodbye. It's almost tearful. All those unfinished quests that I have to abandon. The call for allies. The Alliance has been beset by dangers growing throughout all of Azeroth. The only way we will keep our friends safe is if we seek new allies. Wasn't that the whole point we were in Kul Tiras? I have been tasked as an ambassador to help seek these allies. Come out to our embassy in Stormwind. I could use your help. Okay, so that's the quest to pick up your allied races. Remember when we first created this character, there were only the main races that we could do, and there was a whole nother load of possible races we could have. For example, the Kul Tiran humans. So those are the allied races, which we will discuss a long time in the future when I'm level 60. But you need to get your reputation up with those factions, I think, before you can actually pick up the allied races. I might be wrong. That could be worth investigating. But for now, let's head over to the bank and the auction house and do some last minute inventory management. And all those herbs and minerals and stuff that I picked up, they need to go on the auction house. Actually, I should get rid of the Siren's Pollen. I've been holding on to Siren's Pollen because I thought I might need it for something. In the back of my mind, I thought I needed it for something, and I can't remember what it was that I needed it for. So I might as well just get rid of it. I don't think you can put quest items on the auction house. I'm not going to need any of the stuff for Kul Tiras. The briny flesh can go. Stringy loins can go. Because I'm not going to do any more Kul Tiran cooking. Just like I'm not doing old world cooking. Because it will be of no use to me where I'm going. Okay.
King's honor, friend.
This is very sad, actually. I think I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I will not cry. Man up. Don't cry. Okay.
Go with honor, friend. Well met. Light bless you.
And now for the agonising decision that I've been putting off this whole video. Should I abandon those half-completed profession quests? I think the answer really has to be yes, because it's highly unlikely that I will ever be going back to Kul Tiras. And keeping those in my quest log is just going to clog up my quest log and make it harder for me to pick up other quests. Still don't want to do it though, but I'm going to have to. Okay. Ritualistic preparations. Goodbye. Meet Sweet Flower. Goodbye, Sweet Flower. Probably will never meet you. Pollen punching. Goodbye. Right, test your strength is a Darkmoon Fair quest. We will be going back to the Darkmoon Fair when it's next month. Then all we've got is the Allied Races quest, and then the one that we are going to be doing tomorrow. And that is going off to, well, off to the Shadowlands. Because the whole point of levelling was to get us over to the Shadowlands, which is what we're going to do in the next video. But for now, Big Fat Hairy Gamer, have a good one.